is just a knife that is stuck in the dish drainer. A hole in her pop head. Imagine this is the seat of your car. Base of the ear, fight with the loophole. Hello friends, it is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I hope everybody is doing okay. I'm doing okay. I finally got a day off. So now I'm going to do some catching up on some things that I don't usually get done during the week when I'm working. So first I'm going to do the dishes, fill up my water bottles, and then I'm going to start washing the pads from the polisher, and then I'm going to wash the towels, the microfiber towels from work. I just got a busy day. Add in the fact that I'm making this video and it's even more busy. What is it? So Bella has licked a hole in her pop head. Now I've got it wrapped up. She knows how this goes. So I've got it wrapped up so that it will heal. I've got Neosporin on the little cotton pad under there. And I just use that sticky wrap. Not too tight, but just enough to keep it in place so it will heal. Now, I need your tummy, ma'am. I need your tummy. Oh, I need your tummy, but not that far away. It's okay. We're just going to put some medicine on your tummy. We've been doing it twice a day. It's getting much better. I always wear a glove when I do it, but we're going to use, she's got the type of yeast that is fungal, okay? There are two types of yeast. This is not the type of yeast that, for example, a woman would experience during pregnancy or otherwise. So you get some athlete's foot cream. And as you can see, we've used pretty much, I don't know, half of the tube. So I need your tummy, ma'am. I need your tummy. I want to show you what the yeast looks like. This is from Gut Health. Okay. She gets to scratching, and if we're not careful, she'll lose her hair. We went through that the first year. But she gets them in her underarms in the little pits where her skin pivots right there. Okay? So it's just little black spots. And it gets really, really, really bad. It really does. And she gets to itching. Now look. She gets to itching and tearing herself up. But it is miserable. So we're going to put some medication on it. This is what we do 2 times a week. At the same time, we have to work on her gut health. So that's why we have the probiotics. Okay, here I go. We're going to put some medicine on you. That's all you need to get started. And you can use Vicks Vapor Rub to help soothe some of the itchiness when it gets really bad. So any area, you don't need much. Not much at all. Just rub it in. Yeah, it tickles. Does it tickle? Okay. And another place that these dogs will get this is under their front armpits. Rub it in past the hair and get it to the skin. And it will, usually she responds within 2 to 3 days. And we have had that. We have had a decrease in the itching. But it's always going to itch if we're not careful and take care of the gut health, which is what causes these yeast infections. Now, they will get this down by their genitals. You can put that down there too. It will only help kill off that yeast. And then there's another place, which I don't mess too much with it, but that's on their paws. Put it on their paw pads. Okay? And what I mean is get it in the web. You know, get it in there and make sure it's not going to do any good on the pad. You want to get it inside there. Okay? The other problem that comes with a yeast infection is ear infections. This is pretty common in golden retrievers. Come here. Now I'm going to do my best to get this on video. The best way to know if your dog has a yeasty ear infection is if you put a Q-tip in there and it comes out with brown stuff. I don't have a Q-tip on me, but I will let you know that I caught her scratching her ears a couple of days ago. And so I checked it, and it's a yeasty ear infection, and it's not that bad, but we don't want it to get bad because she will draw blood, which is what she did the first year. So we're going to mitigate that now while we have the opportunity. This is all you want. You're going to put it, you'll see the ear here. Down close to the forehead is where you want to put that. Hey. And then at the base of the ear with your gloves on, because you don't want to spread that. This is the kind of fungal that causes ringworm and all of that. So what we're going to do, since I put it right at the base of the ear and I pushed on that little part and I'm now rubbing it down, we're going to make sure we take the rest and just kind of dress the rest of the ear. But it's really nasty, and it can get really red and really gross if you don't treat it. Now, Mama needs the other side, ma'am. Okay. So we do, and something else is if they have an itchy ear infection or an itchy ear, they will use their paws and itch it. And then they will lick the crap out of their paws and put that wet paw right back there. You don't want this wet. That will only increase the amount of yeast. So, we put that little drop at the base of the ear, near the forehead. Just kind of rub it. Allow it to get down in there. There you go. And then drape the rest of the ear a little bit with what's left. Just make sure that it gets in there. And that's it. Is the Impala bad?
Carpets are pretty bad.
Oh, that's the one Mama said we probably need to paint the carpet.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Mom said, I think you're going to have to paint the carpet in that car. I know you don't like doing that, but it's pretty bad. Alrighty, so let me kind of chit-chat about this. This is just a knife that is stuck in the dish drainer. And this pad didn't take long to clean up. This one had the perfect finish polish on it, and I was able to get it pretty clean pretty quickly. It was running clear. So I went ahead and rinsed it out. Now I'm letting it suspend a little bit so that that water will start to drain out. Now you will have to come and squeeze it out from time to time. Sometimes that foam likes to hold on to the water. Let me use this as an example. Imagine this is the seat of your car. If you drown that foam, it's going to hold that water. It's going to move to the surface. The dirt is going to move to the surface, but it's going to hold that water. That is why I always tell people dry extraction is the way to go, because you're going to minimize the amount of fluid that you put in the cushion. This is the foam. Obviously, it's a little different, but with the foam in the seats being thicker, that makes your situation worse. But just let it suspend and let all of the water drain down, and you will see it. It'll drain down to the bottom. Just continue to squeeze it so that it will come out. But remember, you can't squeeze a seat cushion. So that water's just going to sit there until it eventually dries. This is what causes your mold and mildew issues when you detail. So extractors are a great thing. But when it comes to extracting, you must remember that top surface of fabric, the upholstery, that's what needs to be cleaned, because that foam, it's almost impossible to get them clean. This is the big pad that my dad was using on the rotary. It's pretty clean. It's stained from other uses, but we'll hang it up in a little while. This is the Black Rhino Rocks in a Bottle pad. This is the one that shot off of my polisher. Now, it is finally coming clean. We just need to give it a little bit of time. It didn't stain it, but it definitely left it pretty orange. So you can see that. But, you know, with each use, your pads are going to collect stains, and it is what it is. When you start getting chunks in your foam, that's when you should throw it away. And if it's really badly stained, just throw it away. Don't worry about it. You can replace them pretty inexpensively. So we're going to let these two soak for a while since they are bigger. And this one, we're going to let it drain for a little bit. This pad is pretty much running clean. When you rinse these, use cold water. I have a reason for that. Also, dish soap is designed, which is what I clean them with. It's designed to activate under hot water. So rinse it out in cold water. And you can see this is running pretty clean, which is what we want. We don't want anything left in there. That's why I let them soak, because it will water down that polish that we used, you know what I mean? So then squeeze it out. And we're going to let that sit there and let it drain. Remember, it will dry better if you put it on something and let it just air dry. But let me show you what I do. After I've let it drain for a little bit, on my little knife, okay, it's just a little creative, resourceful thing that I've come up with. Let me show you what I do with it now after it's had a chance to drain off. We don't really have much coming out anymore. We have a few dribbles, but other than that, it's ready to be hung up. Let me show you. Okay, so everybody's got plastic hangers. You've got your full size and you've got your kids size. These you can pick up at a dollar store for $1.25. You can usually get 3 or 4 in the package, and they are very, very helpful. You just put that on the hanger just like that. So then I just hang them on the shower door after I put them on the hanger. Now, the bigger ones, I'll have to show you here in just a little bit. Once we get this one drained off quite a bit, I'll show you how I handle that. It's pretty simple. You just have to do things a little different because you're not going to be able to get that on the hanger. Now, I don't know what you can see, but you should be able to see the water gathering at the bottom. That's what we want. We want the excess to drain off. Then we'll hang it up and let it dry. And it'll take about a day, sometimes 2, just to become thoroughly dry. So what we'll do, I have a leash that I don't use, because I've got like 5. So I take a leash and I tie a little knot in it, okay? And then I put it over the hanger. So when it comes time to put that on the hanger, I will thread this through and make sure it's tied or looped or whatever to make sure we can hang it, and then we'll hang it in the shower. And it will also dry there for the next day or sometimes 2 with the bigger one. Alrighty, so I have worked this pad for quite a bit. It's been probably an hour or so since I was last on video. So let me show you what I do. This is already a loop provided. So I'm just going to put this through. And that is going to provide enough stability for this to just hang dry. Okay, so if you wanted, you could put a little tie or a little knot there, or you could just fight with the loophole. But either way, it's not going to come out, and it just hangs there. You can use string, you can use whatever you want. Hanging these to dry is, in my opinion, the best way. I've done so many different ways. The one that putting them on a towel and letting them air dry, it just takes forever. Especially when they're face down, because it's not going to come through this. The moisture is just going to continue to sit there and ruin this. Okay, so hanging them to dry has been the best bet. In the 3 years that I've been doing this, I learned this about 1.5 years ago, and it works. And I just hang them on the shower door. I don't do much with them. Okay, so as you can see, this black rhino rocks in a bottle. It did leave some staining, but it is coming out. We'll just go ahead and start rinsing this out because it is running clean. We don't have any more of the residue. We just have some of the stained coloring in this from this polish. It's not specific to black rhino. I had the same problem with gold standard. I have also had the same problem with Xuxiao, whatever the word is. I can't pronounce it probably the best. Anyway, it's not specific to black rhino, so don't think that it's a black rhino thing only. It's not. So we will rinse this out and get this cleaned out, and we will let it sit to drain off out. Now it's been in the water for about 1.5 hours. This is pretty much cleaned out. Can you see the water coming out of there? I'll try to zoom in on it so you can see it. So we'll let this sit here for probably 30 minutes or so. It'll drain off, and then we will do the same with it. Use another leash, put it on a hanger, hang it up in the on the shower door. They're not heavy because we've drained a lot of the water out, and it will just sit there and dry for the next day or so. Now let's get back to the towels. For anybody who wants to know what I use, so let's take a look how these are clean. You can use any APC to make sure they get clean. These get much cleaner also. And I will literally stand here and go through every single one. The reason why is because if I have any that need to be thrown away, I want to throw them away. Red paint towel. The red paint come off of the cobalt. Why should you not go through your towels when they're dirty? Unless you throw it away right away, you're not going to be able to tell what can be saved and what can be used again and all of that. So let me show you the different towels that I have. This is a multi-purpose towel, and it's obviously a microfiber, so you've got a smoother edge, low GSM, and a little higher GSM on the other side. I use these for interior cleaning. I also have these. My son-in-law got them for me. They're just a low GSM towel, and I use those also for the interior. This is a low GSM. They're very thin. I can see you while looking through them. They're very thin and they're small. But these are for the windows. These are designated for my wheels and tires and engine bays. And so are all of the other dirty towels. I will repurpose them until they're just so bad. You saw me throw away 2 of them. This is a thicker Mo towel. I use this for polishing, rinseless washes. They're great for washing because they will not scratch. They're thicker and they're much softer. I really like these. I call them Mo towels because they come from Mo Nation, but they're really good at being able to wash the car without any risk to the paint. Now, these are my higher GSM. They're a little thicker. I got them at Walmart, and they are perfect for drying the cars. So when it comes to the wash mitts, this one is, over time they just get dirty. It is what it is, but you got to do your best to keep them clean. You can soak it in some APC after you're done washing the car, especially if it was dirty. This one was pretty dirty. I did soak it. It still stained it pretty good, but I will still use it. It is a car lot car. I'm not that concerned with it. I just put them down to dry. They're good to go. As for the setting, everybody wants to complicate this. I do not. Even for a full load, 50 minutes is about all I really care about, or you can go to an hour, and I just have it on casuals. I don't complicate it. It's just medium heat. It's good to go. I start it and it's on its way to getting dry. Now I wanted to show you this pad. I went ahead and put it in the wash. It's just an old pad that I have. It's stained. There's not a lot you can do with it, and I only use it in special cases. In this case, I used it for a car just to kind of give it a little better look because you could tell that it needed it, and I just put it on the sander and used it. But I put it in the wash, and the reason why is because I wanted you to see that even if you put it in the wash, you can still get a decent result. But this one, I only do it because it's already stained. Alrighty, friends, so that is my day, getting the shop microfiber towels in order and getting all of the polishing pads washed. We did a lot of polishing yesterday, so it was time to get those done. I don't like to let them sit for long. I hope this helped anybody who might have needed this information. Microfiber towels are not only used in detailing, they're used in many different industries, and also moms might use them at home. You just never know. It's up to you how you want to clean them. Don't ever let anybody tell you this is the only way, because there's usually a reason for them telling you that. Anyway, thanks for hanging out on my channel, guys. I sure do appreciate it. And my days off are over for another week. Here we go. Back to work. See you on the next video. Peace.